Hi, everyone. I'm Ronnie.
And I'm Jessica.
And you're listening to Clean With Me,
the podcast where we walk you through cleaning your house.
Hey everybody, Jessica here, and today's episode is going to be on cleaning the house for yourself. So I know recently I have been kind of focusing a lot on motivating things that motivate us to clean a lot, like a guest coming over or having a deadline or trying to clean by a certain time. And all of those definitely do motivate, but the times that I find I am the most productive and the most successful in my everyday cleaning is when I am cleaning for myself. And what I mean by that is when I'm cleaning for the benefit of nobody else but me, whether that be I'm cleaning so that I can have a nice, peaceful evening to myself, or if I can spend some time with the family without that nagging feeling in the back of my head where I have to clean the house, or without me beating myself up looking around the house thinking, oh, I could be doing this, and that. I should be cleaning right now, but instead I'm doing etc. Oh, I'm having a good time, but I should be catching up on laundry. The times where I clean up so that I don't have that nagging feeling, it just makes it so much more satisfying when you're doing the extracurricular activity, when you're doing the thing for yourself and you don't have that voice in the back of your head telling you, oh, you should have done blah, blah, blah. And yes, that little voice is a good motivator, but when you're cleaning to find that peace, when you're cleaning to feel comfortable in your own home, you're more likely to do it, and it's going to feel better when you're doing it. It's not going to feel like this daunting, terrible chore because you're doing it for yourself. You're doing it so that you feel at home and comfortable in your space. So I'm going to talk a little more about that, but first thing I want you guys to do is the usual. I want you to get ready for your cleans. So whatever that means to you, open some windows, let some light in. Just kind of brighten the mood a little bit, some candles, maybe you'll have a wax warmer or something, put your hair up, put something comfortable on. Maybe you like to get ready for the day before you clean. Whatever it is you do, let's go ahead and do that. And then first thing we're going to do is do a load of laundry. And while you guys are doing a laundry switch and getting those machines running, I'm going to talk to you a little more about cleaning for yourself. So first move the clothes from the washer to the dryer and from the dryer to a laundry basket if you already have a load in there, and we will fold that at the end of the episode. And while you're doing that, I've been super behind on laundry lately, meaning I've been doing my day-to-day laundry, but at some point I got behind, so I have a couple of baskets at any given time. So I really need to make a day of just relaxation and laundry. And I try to think of laundry as less of a chore and more of I get to watch my favorite show while I sit around and fold kind of a deal. It just makes it less of a big deal in my head. And even if you are behind in your laundry, make sure you're still doing your day-to-day laundry, even though you're behind, because you don't want to get even more behind. And that's kind of what I've been doing. I've been doing my maintenance laundry, the things that I usually do, but I haven't been able to do my backup laundry. So after you get your laundry going, let's go ahead and get that dishwasher running. So let's empty and do an empty reload run of the dishwasher. Put all of if you don't have a dishwasher, your drying rack, let's go ahead and put everything away. And then we'll start on our soaking. So if there's any major pots, pans, anything caked on, anything like that, let's go ahead and fill it with hot soapy water. That way when we get to that stuff, when we're done with all the small stuff that's easy to clean, it'll come right up because it's been soaking all this time. And while you guys are working on those dishes and laundry and getting those machines running, I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit more. So just be working on that as I talk. So basically, I want you guys to think about when your house is clean and how you feel. How do you feel when your house is completely clean? It's a good feeling, right? Again, you don't have that nagging voice in the back of your head. You're not beating yourself up. You can enjoy the actual thing you're doing, the relaxation, the the sleeping. Sometimes it's hard for me to sleep at night because I'm just thinking about all the stuff I should have done. And I want you guys to kind of bottle up that feeling that you get whenever you have a nice clean house. Think about it. And before you start cleaning, just think about how good it's going to feel. And it may sound a little bit like, oh, yeah, that's kind of common sense, Jessica, but we don't do that a lot of times. We think of the negatives. If I don't get this done, blah, 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 I'm going to hate myself later when I don't finish, blah, blah, blah. Oh, this is so dirty. I'm never going to get this done. Negative thinking really does impact when we start, how we start. If you beat yourself up in your head, you're not going to want to clean the house. And then even if you do it, you're going to have a negative attitude surrounding it. And it just makes it harder and harder to do it. If you're thinking about how good it's going to feel in the morning when you wake up to a nice clean house, there is nothing better than waking up in the morning. You got your clothes laid out for the night from the night before. Lunches are made, packed, and it's smooth sailing. Everybody's in a good mood. You get out the door easy. It's just, think about that feeling the night before. Think about that feeling the day before and think, I'm going to get this stuff done so that I have a really good day tomorrow. I'm going to get this stuff done not for my partner, not for my kids, not for a guest to come by, but I'm going to get this stuff done so that I can be at peace with myself and I don't have to stress. And just be doing those dishes while I talk. And, that's not to say we are not to have routines, not to have goals, not to have reasons why we do things. But the primary reason, and again, when I have thought about this a lot, and I've thought about when I'm most successful in my cleaning, when I'm most productive, when my house is the cleanest, and it's when I have a positive attitude. Because a lot of times when I'm depressed or I get down and out, I get these negative thoughts that just consume my head. And the more negative I get, the less I want to clean, and the more excuses I make, and the more I beat myself up. And that really does affect my house. So the more, because I had a really good week this week cleaning wise, and there are a number of reasons for that. And some of them had to do surround my sister staying here. She stayed with me for the past week. But a lot of that, I was thinking, okay, what happened last week? Yes, my sister was here, but what is a reoccurring thing that has happened other times when my house is clean that happened last week? And number one, I was cleaning because I wanted a clean house. I wanted the house to go smooth. I was kind of I was in a cleaning mode because we had 2 extra small children, a 3-month-old and a 1-year-old in the house. So I was kind of in a survival mode, but in a positive way, if that makes sense. Like, I knew that to survive, I had to get this done in the morning when the kids were at school. When we had less kids, I had to get all the chores done by this time before the kids woke up from their nap or whatever the case may be. But I wanted to. That way I can enjoy my time with Erica, my sister, enjoy the time with the kids, do fun projects without feeling that gross feeling of, I need to do blah, blah, blah. And that was the main factor. Every time I have a really good week or a really good couple days of cleaning, it's always because I am cleaning for myself so that I can be comfortable. I can be at peace. I can have a better day in the morning. So we're doing this for our future selves. We are cleaning for our future selves. We are cleaning for that person in the morning to have a good send off to school, to have a good send off to work, to not have to leave a mess behind and think about it the entire day when you're doing your job or whatever the case may be. And just keep doing those dishes while I talk. If you didn't have a whole lot of dishes and you want to start throwing away trash and wiping down, you can do that as well. If you are in that stage, just put everything away in the kitchen. Miscellaneous things put away, trash throw in the trash, and put any big, like toasters, blenders, put that stuff away. That way you can really thoroughly wipe down. And I say all the time, the hardest part is starting. So start small. trick your brain into, I'm just going to, I'm going to set my timer for 15 minutes, or I'm going to put this 15-minute podcast on, and I'm going to see how much I can get done in that 15 minutes. I'm going to see how much I can get done. And when you're cleaning for yourself, we got to self-motivate, right? So another thing I like to do, and I talk about this a lot, but it really works for me, is I'll either make a time-lapse video of myself cleaning, and I don't always share those. Sometimes they're just motivators for me. I do share them sometimes on my TikTok, but sometimes I just take them just for myself so I can see how much I accomplished in a few minutes. Sometimes I take a before picture and the before is really, really crazy. And then I'm like, okay, I've got 20 minutes till I have to pick up the kids. I'm going to see how much I can clean in that 20 minutes, and I'll zip around cleaning up, and then I'll take a picture of the after, and I'll be like, wow. And I'll look at the before and the after, and it just motivates me. Like, I didn't even want to do this project, and only 15 minutes went by, and I really knocked out a lot. Like, maybe you have a huge pile of dishes, take a picture of it, knock it out, and then afterwards be like, wow, that took me 10 minutes. I really knocked these dishes out. You know what I mean? It's just a way to self-motivate and just look at your progress. And you don't have to keep the pictures unless that's something that you like to do. I like to keep them personally, because whenever I'm losing motivation, I'll look back and be like, I cleaned that disaster room in 20 minutes yesterday. So if I can do that, I can clean my outer areas that are minimally dirty. And a lot of times we like play ourselves, like I'll fold a bunch of laundry and I'll be like, good for you. You folded all that laundry. Now you can take a break. And I don't put them away immediately. Well, I know that if I do not put them away immediately, my kids are going to end up knocking them on the ground. And yeah, they're older, but they're still kids. And they still, if clothes sit on the couch, they're going to get messed up, right? So instead of keeping them there and taking that 5-minute break, if I spend 5 minutes and put them away, I'm being kind to my future self, and I'm not going to have to refold those clothes, because I find that a lot of times if I do that to myself and the kids do mess them up, I'm not really wanting to fold them that second time. Yeah, it's not going to take that long, but it's the mentality, the thing on, I'm thinking, I already did this. I don't want to redo it, right? So to avoid that, I'm going to put them away. I'm going to spend that extra 5 minutes and put those clothes away. And again, if you are still finishing up those dishes and getting that dishwasher running, if you have a dishwasher, then more power to you. Please get those dishes done. If not, and you want to move on to the other step, throwing away all the trash, leftovers, etc., and putting things away where they go, miscellaneous things throughout the room, and then doing a very thorough wipe down, not forgetting things like surface of the refrigerator, handles, light switches. I love disinfecting wipes because I can just knock out little scuffs on the wall, light switches, etc. I don't forget the faucet on the sink, just very thoroughly wiping down anything and everything. I have like a little train thing on my dining room table. Sometimes that needs to get thrown in the wash. Just little things like that. Just straighten up. If you have a window that needs to be cleaned, windowsill, you can clean that at this time. Just wipe down anything and everything you see. Don't forget the cracks. You can get in the cracks with a butter knife and a rag. And while you're doing that, just be working on cleaning your kitchen, wiping down, finishing the dishes, whatever it is you're doing. And, even when I'm doing cleaning for myself and I'm working on how I'm framing things, I still want to stick to a routine. Because sticking to a routine is better for your future self, because you're doing things in a timely manner and stuff. But also, I want to prioritize the high impact cleaning areas. I want to do the outer areas first, but the things that are going to, like high impact areas like the dishes. Okay, I don't want dishes to sit in the sink, because one, it's going to get a lot harder on me if I do not clean the dishes immediately, because things are going to get stuck on too. And again, regarding the dishes, I try to rinse things off right after I cook with them, right after I eat out of them, and I try to train the rest of my house to do the same. That way, when I do the dishes, things aren't baked on. accidents happen, things happen, we forget sometimes, and, things need to be soaked and whatnot. But as a general rule, I try to make sure everybody does a pre-rinse after they eat. It just makes it a lot easier on whoever's doing the cleaning. But again, dishes are a priority, so that's something I want to tackle first. Laundry for me is a priority. That's why I always start with laundry, because I get behind really fast with laundry. Outer areas, they get really crazy and just disorganized, and looks like somebody put a bomb off in my living area really quickly with small kids. And it's usually really quick to clean too. You just straighten it up really quick. But it's hard if, we get overwhelmed. We think about it's the thinking about it and the stressing about it that makes it really daunting and seem like more of a task than it actually is. Think about your little wins. Think about all the times that you did do a job well this week or last week or whenever you were, and think about, what did I do differently? Make personal goals for yourself. I'm going to try and have really smooth sailing mornings and get everything ready the night before all week. I'm going to try to get caught up on my laundry and put stuff away after I fold it every single time I do the laundry. Just things like that. And speaking of the laundry, if you are done with your kitchen and your laundry is still going, then great. Do not forget to do a laundry switch when your cycle is done in your laundry. And if you need to do your kitchen floors now's a good time to do a thorough sweep and mop of your kitchen area. If you have any mats or rugs or anything, you can either vacuum them or brush them off in the front yard. Bang them against something, whatever you do. Some of us have like a little rug or mat in front of our sink, so that's something that needs to be cleaned sometimes, and then do a very thorough sweep and mop. But I want you guys to work on that as a goal. I want you guys to work on cleaning for yourselves, thinking more positively when it comes to cleaning, and really rewarding yourself. Maybe if I clean and stick to it, and it's its own reward to have a clean house. It's peaceful, it's good, it's nice, it makes things easier for us. But don't be afraid to reward yourself. Maybe, if I keep my house clean for this many days, I'm going to do this for myself. I'm going to give myself this time to relax. I'm going to let myself buy the thing. I'm going to buy some knickknacks for the house, or I'm going to do this thing for myself, or watch a movie, or whatever the case may be. Don't be afraid to reward yourself. Don't be afraid to change your way of thinking, think more positively, and clean for yourself, because until you find the positives in cleaning and find what it does for you when the house is clean, and really think about that and dwell on that instead of the negative, it's going to be a lot harder for you. Thank you guys so much for listening. I hope you got something done. And as always, happy cleaning.